Hello everyone. This is our lecture about optics. Previous lecture was regarding about reflection and refraction. Here we'll study about total internal reflection and their applications. Total internal reflection. As I said, when there will be light incident on any transparent material or any reflecting material, it will give partially refraction and partially reflection. That reflection will be in both medium. Here, when light will incident inside the material from this one side, it will give reflection at that point. It will incident by an angle of I1. There are number of reflections here, I1, I2, I3, and number of refraction there from one medium to another medium. Here this refractive angle is more than incident angle. So at one point what happened, that refractive angle becomes 90 degree and it will come across the surface of medium. Then it will give reflection inside that particular medium. So this is nothing but internal reflection. Here this diagram shows light emerging from a denser medium into a rarer medium for various angles of incidence. The angles of refraction in the rarer medium are larger than the corresponding angles of incidence. At a particular angle of incidence, that is IC, which is known as critical angle, the corresponding angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. For angles of incidence greater than IC, the angle of refraction becomes larger than 90 degree. And the ray does not enter into rarer medium at all, but is reflected totally into the denser medium. This is nothing but total internal reflection. So there is always partial reflection and partial refraction at the interface. During the total internal reflection, that is, it is total reflection and no refraction at all. The corresponding angle of incidence IC in the denser medium is called critical angle, which is denoted by IC. And known as critical angle. This critical angle for a pair of refracting media can be defined as the angle of incidence in the denser medium for which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So from this one, as we are taking two mediums, 1 and 2, there will be relative refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. So by applying Snell's law, this critical angle will give sin IC is equal to 1 upon mu. This mu is nothing but refractive index. This IC is critical angle. So this you can note down here, rarer medium are larger. Definition of this total internal reflection. Then this during total internal reflection there is total reflection, no refraction. This point you should note down. Then for critical angle, when incident angle paired with the refractive angle becomes 90 degree, that is critical angle. Then refractive index mu is given by sin IC equal to 1 upon mu. For these are some example about glasses. As I said, refractive index for any other medium is always greater than 1. So for glass it is 1.1, 1.5, and its critical angle becomes about 42 degree, and for water or any air it will be 48 degree 35 minutes critical angle. This is about total internal reflection, where we are getting totally reflection, no refraction. So application of this we have to study here. This application of total internal reflection, main or popular application is optical fiber, which we use in telecommunication. So this optical fiber having three important parts. One is core, which is at center. Then after that there is cladding and coated with this buffer and jacket construction. This is inside one buffer and jacket. This is nothing but optical fiber, which will give total internal reflection, and there will not be any loss of any type of data or energy, though that optical fibers will be of long distance. These optical fiber is little costly, but most effective way of telecommunication by way of electromagnetic waves. As we know, these light waves are nothing but electromagnetic waves. So for communication, this will be effective. So this you can note down here. This optical fiber is just of half a mm. Its thickness is very much small. Number of such fibers may be packed together in an outer cover. So an optical signal entering the core suffers more or multiple total internal reflections and emerges after several kilometers with extremely low loss traveling with highest possible speed in that material. So there are lot of advantages of this optic fiber communication, like broad bandwidth. First advantage of it will give broad frequency range. So on TV signals it can give the signal for 90,000 channels independently. Single optical fiber can carry over 90,000 channels. So this is very good advantages of this optic fiber. Then immune to electromagnetic interference, that is, being an electrically non-conductive, it is not able to pick up nearby electromagnetic signals. So other signals cannot mismatch with this. Then low attenuation loss. So though we can use this optical fiber for long distances, but it will not give any loss of, or there will be the loss lower than 0.2 decibel per kilometer. so that a single long cable can be used for several kilometers. Then electrical insulator. So here there will not be any issue with ground loops of metal wires or lightning, as it is electrically insulated. Then, as we know, normally for communication or for normal wires, we use the copper material inside to transfer the electricity or to transfer the signal. Here, this optical fiber will not use this copper or any heavy material which will be costly, or due to which there will be any stolen, or it will not get stolen by thief. So this is theft prevent. And second one, security of information. As there will not be any internal damage, it will not give any loss of data. So due to which this is internal damage is mostly unlikely, so there will not be any information leakage. So this is about optical fiber and their advantages as compared to other material. So if you have any doubt, then just send message on the group, get clear it, note down all the notes from this PPT. Thank you.